Welcome back to Random American, and I'm not dead, but more on the... Alright, so as you can see from the title or the thumbnail or wherever in hell I put it, or maybe I didn't, this is a channel update, and I'm just going to tell you why I've been gone for so long and where we're going from here, but I'm going to be like every other YouTuber that whines and complains about everything, and I'm going to change the oil in my truck at the same time, because that needs to be done. So let's go ahead and get started on the oil first. As you can see, AMSOIL, Wix, same thing I used last time, not a big deal. Alright, so we'll start out with what happened. And I don't know, the first week or so of July, my transmission didn't want to shift in this thing. Or not, didn't want to shift, it didn't want to lock the torque converter. It was shifting fine. So, talked to a couple of guys, and one guy's a transmission builder, and he's like, yeah, there's definitely something going wrong in there. And I actually trust this guy because he does both ends of the spectrum. If you're in a tight spot and you need to just get rolling, he'll tell you what you can do to just get rolling. But he also builds some very high horsepower stuff. Oh. So I talked to him, and he said, you can probably drive it for a little bit, but you'd have to either keep it down in third, or not drive fast enough for it to want to lock the torque converter in the first place, because what it's going to end up doing is burning up your torque converter. Oh, sending a bunch of shit. That's good torque. Sending a bunch of shit through your transmission, and making it much, 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 much worse. So I said, okay, price me out a transmission, and I'll get this one pulled out, and we'll start. So I had to pull a personal loan for that, which wasn't a big deal. I got rid of most of my other payments whenever I sold my 1-ton, so I wasn't too terribly worried about that. So while I was tearing this thing out, as I was saying, my dad got sick, and it was probably, July 14th maybe. But we took him to the VA, and keep in mind, my dad, very, 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 very stubborn, okay? He hadn't been to the VA in like 5 years. That's not a joke, those are legit numbers. Damn, this thing is... Try this again. But it turned out that he had lung cancer. Oh, God. Oh, man. Come on. Okay, I didn't expect this to be the longest part of the whole damn process. I have never had a drain plug so tight in my life. Well, I guess that works. But anyway, now that debacle is over, Jesus. He got real sick, told us that he had lung cancer, and it was not good. So It could have been caught earlier, but he didn't much care for going to the VA in the first place. So, whether it could or it couldn't, didn't really matter. You know? Alright, now while that's draining, this here magnet was absolutely full of metal, but it's this metal paste looking stuff. It's not glitter, it's just all that wearing in. I figure I'll get that for the next few oil changes. But anyway, after they told us that, they got him leveled out and brought him home, and everything went into scramble mode. So, long story short, everything was super busy, and he passed away on August 7th. And that really sucked because him and I were super, super, super close. So, I've kind of taken a step back from everything. I didn't tell anybody anything other than the people that were involved. And by only the people that were involved, I'm not kidding. Like, didn't do a funeral, really. Just did what he wanted. Everything after that's history. But got the transmission back in this thing. And I replaced all the sensors in it, which I cheaped out on some of them. Just had to pay $5,000 for a damn transmission. But I'll probably have to change a couple of sensors in this still. But the meat and potatoes of this video is not all poor me, sad him. We're still moving forward. We're still doing stuff. We're still working on things. I'm still going to be putting out content. The Cordwood Challenge is going to be difficult, but I think I can still do it. Maybe. But there's going to be a bunch more of home renovation stuff because we have to move back here to the farm because now I have 2 mortgages to deal with, and I'd rather only deal with 1. So I'm going to have some of that coming in, and anybody that has anything to say about that, you can fuck right off to somewhere else, and that's fine with me. But that's where it's going to be, and that's how we're moving forward, and we're just going to keep riding the adventure and seeing where everything goes. I still have the Cummins swap planned. That got put on hold for obvious reasons. Mostly because of this thing. Jeez. But hopefully the Cummins swap will be getting done. I have some brush cleaning stuff I got to do. I mean, we're going to be busier than ever. So just bear with me, and the 6 people that have watched this far, I really appreciate it. And let's get this oil change finished, because this thing needed it. Okay, so I already changed filter, put a new wicks in there. So the oil, quite dirty. Like, it's not having a great time. Smells decent. It doesn't smell like it's full of gas or any other crap. But that engine, we cleaned it as best we could, but it still had a bunch of shit in it. So we're doing some frequent oil changes here for a little bit, and we'll wait until it clears up. But I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm going to dump it out into a bucket, brush pile, and we'll look and see what the bottom of this looks like, so we can really get a good idea. But I don't think there's any real metal in it. I don't think there's anything in it that's saying that this engine is dying, but, you know, we'll see. And we're back. There's no glitter anywhere. Little pieces of dirt, but I was underneath a dirty truck on a dirty, tore up ground. But looking pretty good. Not concerned. So I didn't pre-fill the filter. Damn it. I'm not doing it. Nope. Not doing it. It's already on. It's already tight. I'm going to pre-fill the filter, and then we'll fill this thing up and call it a day. So here's the old filter, and it actually looks pretty decent. And I know it's K&N. K&N's not terrible. but that's what I could get in a hurry whenever I needed it. AMSOIL, if you buy a oil change kit, they have a useful tools inside. This is called a oil change enhancement kit you get for free. What does it come with, you might ask? First off, gloves I didn't use. Second off, that I am going to use a paper filter, just to see what it's all about. It comes with a little thing that goes up in your windshield, and the sticker just comes in the box because you spend money with them. But yes, I did actually pre-fill my filter. Don't be mean to me. Or do, I don't know, I'm not your dad. That works alright. Pretty sure I can just go to this top one here. I'll just use it. Let me go get my knife. There we go. Ooh. Oh, that might be too much. Oh, I may have screwed up. I didn't expect it to open up that far. Uh-oh. I unenhanced the oil change enhancement kit. Okay. See what that does. Other than spill all over the place. Huh. It couldn't have lasted any less amount of time. Let me grab that and we'll fire it up, see how quickly we get oil pressure. Okay, let's see again how quickly this thing gains oil pressure. Keep in mind, sometimes I have to crank it, it won't start. I'll turn the key off and immediately back on and it'll fire right back up. See if it does it. Oh, it didn't. And that's pretty quick oil pressure. See what it climbs to, because that gauge is moving a little slow on me now. That's not bad. Alright, shut her back off. So clear I can barely see it. But we're just barely under the full line, which is, I guess, good, because I kind of pieced this together, so good enough. But that's going to do it for this here episode. Coming up, and the one person that's still watching, thanks Kevin, I'm going to have a broadhead review on the biggest name on the planet right now, so if you guys want to take a guess on that, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm going to get this thing all wrapped up, and I got a wedding to go to, so I'm not still hunting. Go get drunk with friends.